I'm gonna share my solo travel experience and how I was able to start solo traveling at a young age. I started traveling at 20, solo traveling. So this was me in Cancun in April of 2022. I was 20 years old. What inspired me to start solo traveling was I had a major life event that I had completed. It was like 6 years of just misery, honestly. And I didn't have anyone at the time to travel with, so I was like, maybe I should just travel by myself. But I was so scared. Like, one of my biggest fears is getting kidnapped, and I was like so terrified that something was gonna go wrong on my trip. But I'm gonna kind of give some tips on how to start solo traveling because I had to learn a lot of hard lessons through my own experience. So, starting off, you always want to have a solid plan and a solid hotel. When I was first gonna plan my trip, I was gonna stay for 2 weeks at this resort that I thought was so good because they had an amazing deal, which it was an amazing deal, but it was not a good hotel, and that was my problem. So, like, always look through multiple different websites if you're gonna solo travel, because I stayed on one website when I first booked my trip, and literally the week before I was supposed to leave, I saw a TikTok warning people to not go there. And it was my hotel and everything, like the same exact hotel. So I literally got so scared and I rebooked, which was like the best decision I made. But yeah, definitely have a solid hotel and a solid plan. And by plan, I mean have a solid plan on how you're gonna get from the airport to wherever you're going to, like your hotel, and how you're gonna get back. Because especially if you're leaving out of the country, some people can be really sketchy and like try to scam you. So yeah, typically if you stay at a resort, you'll always have like a complimentary shuttle, or I mean, I would personally pay for it if it's not complimentary. But yeah, that's like probably the biggest thing, because I think the scariest part for me was like the in between of like going through like the customs and then like trying to find my shuttle. But everything else after that was like pretty smooth sailing. Another important thing is on my first trip, I pretty much just stayed on the resort. I mean, but the second time I went to Mexico, I did a bunch of activities. So really I would say just like do your research with everything that you do. But I will say, if you do plan on staying at the resort, have a solid, I guess, story. I mean, unless